Hello everyone, it's for the love of silver here. It's May the 22nd, 2024, and we're on the silver roller coaster this week. Well, it's a good thing, you know. My last video I started out and say, well, folks, it's happening. Silver's going up. Well, folks, silver's going down. Tuesday we got down to $31.80, and today spot price, I just checked it before, but it's still dropping a little bit, is $30.50. And think about it, it's leveling off at 30 so far. I mean, it could drop on down, and I'd love to see it drop down to about 24, 25 again. I'm sure all y'all would too, especially the people that aren't new stackers. And welcome the new people to the channel. You know, I noticed a few more subscribers and appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the content. I try to just put out the news and the truth about stuff that I'm researching and finding out about. And I've done a lot of research on Russia and China lately. I did notice the other day Putin had a meeting over in China, and they rolled out the red carpet for him. And they announced that they're now doing 90% of their trade and all their transactions in the ruble and the yuan now. So they're kind of edging the dollar out of the picture, and you know, to avoid sanctions and stuff like that. I mean, geez, to be honest, you can't really blame them. You know, they turn around and they weaponize the dollar. They wanted the dollar to be the world currency, and then they made it the world currency, and then they've used it against people for so long that they're finding other ways to start doing their business and stuff. But I thought that was interesting that they was doing 90% of their business, their trade business with each other in rubles and the yuan now. So there's an end around, you know, and I've been saying that all along about the BRICS nations, and now it's coming to fruition, you know. Hey, and another way to look at it too, you can just look at the Shanghai market and figure it out. Figure out what silver's selling for. The other day when silver got to $32.50, $32.40 here, it was selling for $35.27 in Shanghai, $3 higher, you know. So yeah, does that have anything the way our market's moving up? They're trying to just save face and at least stay close to them. They don't want to be selling ours for, you know, $25 an ounce here to whoever manipulates the price of it and keeps it down. And there is no doubt that they've done that for years. But it's an industrial metal along with, you know, a precious metal, in my opinion, and it ought to be classified as, you know, just on the same stage as gold and other things, you know, like other currencies and stuff, if you ask me. But it's not. It's still classified as an industrial metal. But I'm sure one day it'll get its classification when everybody gets it all figured out, you know. And the old price switcher or price changer, or the person who holds it down, is not doing too good of a job of it here lately. But like I said, they may be just trying to save face and show that, you know, that they're trying to keep up with the Chinese markets. Because like I said, it's $2 or $3 higher. It's over $2. It's more like $3 higher in Shanghai than it is here any day of the week. You know, here a while back when old Janet Yellen there said that our inflation that we're having is going to be transitory. It's just going to be here for a little while, and then it's going to go back to normal. Well, in that length of time, the dollar's lost 20 to 30% of its purchasing power. You know, a $2 batch of fries at McDonald's is selling for $4 and $5 now, and the old $3.99 quarter pounder that you could get there is now almost $8. So, I mean, that shows you that's their transitory. Silver yesterday was 77 to 1. So I'd say it's went up it's probably 78, a little more to 1 today. And I wonder what it's going to do next. I hope it goes down a little more. You know, that's a buying opportunity, but I've still been getting it for under $30. Tomorrow we should have a package to open, and we'll either open that tomorrow or Friday one. I have an event again this weekend, so there'll probably be no video on Saturday, maybe Sunday, depending on what the markets do Friday. But tomorrow I may get to do the unboxing video tomorrow, so we'll see. But I was just checking on everybody and getting on here, and I love all the comments. I love the comments. We got some of the smartest people there is here and on this channel. One person, it took me a minute to get it. The person who put, in a couple days it'll be 27 again, yawn. And it took me a minute to understand what he was talking about, but I see now, and that's true. You know, I mean, it's very volatile, you know, and when it gets to moving, it moves around a lot. But with it going up like it did, it is good that it came down a little bit. You know, that gives it more of a platform. 30 may be the new, 24, like it was 20, 23, 24 last year. 30 may be that new number. It sticks out. I remember not too long ago, I was buying it for 18 2 years ago, and giving around, spot and all, giving around $22, $23 for an ounce of silver. And now, I've been avoiding the online. I give out the prices for all the new stackers and everybody like that to see that you should be shopping around. But I do a lot of urban shopping myself. I snipe stuff off YouTube, not YouTube, I say that every time, eBay, and you've got to be kind of seasoned to know who to get from and who not to. I buy from a company that sells a lot of silver on eBay, and this silver is tested, so it's there, and before it's sold, and it would be very, very hard for them to slip fakes through, but fakes are everywhere, and you've got to watch for them. I bought a coin one time and flipped it over on the back, and when I got home and got my loop out and started looking at it, and it said on the back, "Inkclad we trust," and that was a rookie mistake. That was just because I hadn't heard about it. Anything that says German silver, I seen on eBay, you can pull up 1 ounce silver bars for sale. And if you do that, there will be ads on there for German silver, which is tin, lead, nickel. I mean, it's nothing. It's everything but silver, but it is a composition of metals that they put together, and then now they call it German silver, and that is not silver. But I see they selling those bars like crazy, each one of them. There was 3 or 4 ads I seen of them, and they had sold several of each one. And it plainly says in the ad, German silver. If it doesn't say sterling silver or 999 pure silver, I would avoid it like the plague. And I noticed that the Chinese, if you pull up on eBay, you pull up silver eagles for sale, the Chinese, and it says plainly in the ad, made in China, shipped from China. And the coins, and you can actually tell it if you've messed with a lot of them. But they're really, to be honest with you, they're pretty dang good fakes. But the one thing that when all the other silver eagles are selling for 35 and 37 on eBay, and they have these for 26, that's a big red flag, and it's buy now and not an auction. That's a huge red flag. You really got to watch. And there is a lot of fakes and stuff out there to watch for, but I don't want to get too windy. I got a few things out here today. I just laid out some old quarters. There's a 1935. That's an old one. And it's a pretty good year, too, matter of fact. And there's a bunch of 64s. There's a 59. There's a 34. Or 34, 35. These are just some old pocket change, that I've picked up along the way. And have several of them. no key dates or anything. I've looked through them all, and I found these cases to put them in. I'm a kind of a weirdo about putting stuff in cases. Well, I'm actually a dropaholic. That's the reason I try to put stuff in these cases. And I bought a small hoard a while back from a friend of mine, and this was his birthday. One was his birthday and one was his wife's birthday, and they put together these sets. It's this one's a 54 all the way down, and I'm sure they just found pocket change to use, but or they might have bought them in these sets. But you can tell they're used coins. They've been in pocket change before, and this one's a 53. Old Benji, but you can tell they're worn. There's feathers going off the eagle's chest. But they're terrible. They're not bad. You know, there's my old bear paw I got from a birthday. Bought at a coin show. Got lied to about it. That's another thing, you know. But I'll catch up with them next year. They'll be back at the coin show next year. They got my girlfriend off to herself, and she was trying to find me a birthday present, and she got me this, and she paid quite a bit for it, you know, and probably, well, it's worth more now probably than what she paid for it then, but still, you know, they kind of lied to her. They told her it was one of 500, and when I come home and I found it, it was on Bullion Brothers. Bullion Brothers. And when I did find it, that's how I found Bullion Brothers and put them in the lineup. They're actually the lowest spot price on the internet, you know, right now that I can find. Bullion Brothers, then Monument Metals. And when I found it on there and I seen their price, it was about $10 cheaper than we bought at the coin show. And you go to the coin show to get cheaper, better coins, you know, firsthand, or I do, because we don't have a coin shop local. We do have a few pawn shops that I go to and dig around every now and then, have good relationship, good customer relationships with the people that run them and stuff. I have done a video or two from the pawn shop, and but anyway, you got to shop around. You know, we could have saved $10 on this, and they told us it was one of 500, but it was an unlimited thing. But anyway, never forget to mention the Constitution. We need to get back to that, folks. You know, we got a hard road to hoe, and I don't think it's going to get any easier. I definitely would stock up on water and canned food and stuff like that, you know. When you get a chance, silver's not the only thing you need to stock up on, in my opinion. You know, we need to make sure we're took care of and our families are taken care of, and that way we can, you know, and make it through all this all right, because it's, I don't know. The other countries, like I said before about China and Russia, they're getting to where they're not needing the dollar as bad as they used to. And with it dropping 20 or 30% in value in the last year, you know, I mean, how long is it going to last? I mean, I don't want to carry a wheelbarrow to the store to get a loaf of bread like they were doing in Zimbabwe. It's ridiculous, huh? But I have, like I said before on the videos, it's good to make local contacts. You know, if you got any stores around that's not a Walmart or, you know, any of those type stores, it's good to shop local when you can, and to shop local store owners and talk to them. Say, hey, you know, if a shift situation rolls around, are you going to let me come in here and bring my silver dime and give me a loaf of bread? And the guy I've talked to about it said, you darn right. He knows what silver is. He's, you know, those kind of contacts are very valuable contacts, you know. That way, when it's all said and done and that bottom does drop out of stuff, you know, I can go pick up a pack of bologna and a loaf of bread with my good old silver quarter. And it may be harder to do with dollars, you know. It takes about 6 of these now, $6 to get one of these, you know, $5 or $6 now, and that's at melt to get one. You know, I see I'm selling for eBay all day long. That 35 I just held up a minute ago, that right there, I see these sell all day long for $7 and $8 on eBay. 35, 1935. You know, and that's what, 3 loaves of bread. That's the way I look at stuff anyway. But I don't want to get too windy. Love and blessings, everyone. Look after, know your neighbors, look after each other, be kind, be generous, and we'll see everybody in a day or two.